So going into topic 1, taken from Reddit. The original post says, open worlds, interesting story, lots of customization to make you stronger, etc. All well and good. Every time I log in, I have no idea what I'm meant to be doing, how to do it, and have to go through, I think that's supposed to be through, half of the star chart in missions, mission-based events. Wait.
Yeah, mission-based events.
Having to go through half the star chart in mission-based events is kind of the worst part of the game. The unique, cool missions you sometimes get aside. Yes, the wiki, YouTube, and guides online are a thing, but the need to rely on something out of game to get into a game makes it a significant barrier to entry that many find insurmountable. I can only assume that Phil is supposed to be still. So many still find insurmountable. Okay. Prelling, how long have you been playing Warframe?
Let me see. I think with the Steam, you know how Steam checks, it kind of like, it keeps track of the amount of time that you played.
Yeah.
Let me check. I think
So
I clocked in.
When did you start?
Oh, when did I start? I did that little questionnaire thing on Twitter. When they did that, I think it was like 2000 and it was like the summer of 2014.
Right. Okay, so
this was after the alpha and beta and all that.
It's difficult to say because we've all three of us have been playing for so long. I do feel that the start of Warframe feels very convoluted, right? So when you've done Vor's Prize, your hand is let go and you're like, there you go do whatever. And there's no real incentive to, hey, go to this section of the star chart. You're very much lost in what are you expecting me to do. I would say it was worse when we started.
Oh, by far, for sure. Like, do you remember the star chart, the first one?
Yes.
Imagine navigating that.
I remember before the star chart.
Yes. You do, don't you?
1.0.
Oh
man.
No.
Card system for missions.
Yeah. So
really?
I started Warframe back in 2012. Like I was I think it's like the 25th of October 2012 or something like that.
And when he says started, he means he played it for about an hour or two and went, what is this crazy mission picking system?
Yeah, it's no. That's that's not what turned me off.
Oh no,
right?
Then you saw a talent tree.
Then I saw a talent tree and then I wanted to kill myself, right? But when we were doing the missions and things, first off, no parkour, no abilities. There were fucking grenades.
That's
right.
Yes. And this is the thing
I remember that.
Yeah,
that was a while ago.
Yeah, but the missions, they started with these cards, and there'd be 4 of you, and there'd be 5 cards, and like, which mission do you want to do? And there'd be like a rescue or an assassinate.
Exterminate
capture.
and raid.
But yeah, and so it would give you the different. So there was no star chart. There was no specific nodes to go to. It was entirely like randomly generated. Like the Grenier were on the Corpus tile set.
That was the only tile set.
Actually, yeah, and it was the only faction to fight against. The Grenier had Burstons.
Yeah,
and so it was like, oh god. But yeah, you had to vote with cards and things. So like back then, it was just so like, what the hell is this? But yeah, then I saw a talent tree and I ran away.
I think half of my time early on was just falling through the map.
Yeah,
there was a lot of falling through the map. But it's interesting you guys say the old map was, we old people had to suffer through this old system. But to be fair, there wasn't as much going on back then. You didn't have to all of a sudden 3 nodes into the old star chart. It was like, oh, here's an open world. Do you want to go there or not? Or there was like, this planet's like, head this way, but then turn around and go the other way. There wasn't junctions, So there was a lot more stuff going on in the game now for new players to try and understand.
True, but at the same time, when we were playing it, how do you wall run? Right? There was no tutorial.
No.
How do you mod?
Yeah.
Right? How do
But I'm gonna counterpoint you on that.
Problems.
But
different problems.
The thing is, though, the old interface, though, it had all of the options, like the modding thing, it was just at a fingertips, because you were staring at the star chart the whole day long, and so there was just a button you could mod stuff, and you were straight to the mod page. There wasn't like, there's a terminal there and a terminal. Oh, there's a ramp and there's some more terminals down there. Which terminal am I supposed to use? And there's 2 separate terminals for equipping and modding and upping and upgrading those mods. So it is cool. There's lovely Lisette, as you can see around me, but it's a lot more to take in. I wouldn't even say that. It's just it takes longer, I think, because you have to kind of. It's not how if most games were like this with a cool 3D environment to interact with, maybe you would. But I think Warframe does such a does such a special environment for us to start in as our menu system now that most people go, whoa, what's this? Where are all these menus? Whoa. Whereas most people would just be a flat thing like we had in the old days. So I don't know, but going back to the original point, the original topic, there's a point here in the thing. It says, but every time I log in, I have no idea what I'm meant to be doing, how to do it, and having to go through the star chart is a mission-based events is kind of the worst part of the game. The unique cool missions aside, yeah. So I'm curious, when you guys log in, do you log in with a purpose in mind these days? You log in and go, I'm going to farm focus today, or I'm going to do this quest, or I'm going to just farm something, or do you just log in to play?
Well, I think for me, when I do have time to play, which is very little now.
Same for us.
Because I do 10 gen. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. Either you make games or you play them. It's kind of hard to do both.
Yes, it is.
But I do, when I do log in, like sometimes it's usually like I gotta check, if my parts are done, to build stuff. Basically, and then I kind of work off of that depending on what's been built or whatnot, like, or if I want to play in the story, it's usually it sounds a bit grindy, but like I'll just usually go in to check on items to level up, and and then kind of after I have everything leveled up, I'll start and play the story, so I'm not struggling while I'm leveling stuff up. Does that make sense?
Yeah. To
be honest, I more go to play with friends. It's like I don't care what we do as long as it's together.
Right. You see, that's my point. Is that because I'm the same. I just kind of log in and just do whatever, or do very few random things.
Fishing and on Earth.
Fishing on Earth.
See this?
Yeah.
See this? Can you fish anywhere else? Wait, I guess you can fish.
Or Valis and
Valis
Cambion Drift. Yeah, but even so, I wouldn't. I've just realised they kind of hit fishing on the head. They really hit the nail on the head with the plains fishing, because I feel it got worse with Fortuna, and then worse again with Cambion Drift.
Oh, yeah, are you realising this now? So my point was going to be pushing from this is that, do you think it'd be good if when you log in, the game gave you a few suggestions of things you might want to do?
Oh, I would say that would be a good idea, because like if Ortis said something, if you don't mute him, in the beginning, that would be great. Or if they sent you like something in your inbox, you know how it does that pop up when you log in.
Yeah, yes, yeah, exactly. That's the kind of thing I was thinking. So a few suggestions. So that way, a player who needs to continue on the quest line would be recommended, hey, this is the next quest you ideally should be doing. If you are at the point where you've unlocked the focus system, it should recommend, oh, why don't you try playing this game mode to get a lot of focus today? Or you could have it suggest, hey, you're low on endo at the moment. If you must have spent it all recently, why not play this mission? Oh, everyone's playing this mission at the moment. You'd probably get a good amount of endo there. Or try this game mode for endo. So just some suggestions. I think because I log in and I see what this person is thinking. It's odd they think it's for the new game because I feel it's for the late game. I log in and there's 50,000 different things I could be doing, and I'm like, okay, I don't know which one to do. I could go get mods. I could go level things. I could go play my railjack. I could go do Sanctuary Onslaught. I could go grind focus. I could go grind reputations for syndicates. I could go farm on the Deimos. I could go farm on Fortuna. I could go do Profit Taker again. There's so many things to do now. I think some structure and some suggestions would help all players, no matter where you are in the game.
So
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
My counterpoint to what you were saying, Loz, with the whole suggestions of what to do,
Mm-hmm.
isn't that what Nightwave is?
Yes and no. Because Nightwave gives you the goal as well. And it's like, once you finish that, you don't feel like there's any reason to continue. Like, I'll go fish on Orvalis for 5 rare serbo fish, and I'm like, right.
But, I mean,
it also doesn't consider long-term goals. Like, it doesn't do quests in there. It doesn't do gain. I don't think gain endo or focus is in that kind of system. It's all just simple things like go do bullet jumps, go use a glyph, go mark objects, go kill X enemies with X type of thing. I see what you mean, and maybe you could rework Nightwave to have that kind of thing, but because there's other things which don't come under Nightwave's purview, I'm not sure if it kind of works like that.
The other side of it is also you're saying like quests and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of that comes under the junctions.
Yes, well, junctions would be under there as well. I would recommend, when you log in, you could say, hey, why not do your next junction? And that way you could even click on the menu and it would say, here's what you need to, or it could even show you, here's what you haven't done yet to go to your next junction. So bam, trying to help guide you through a bit more. Hold that hand a bit. Thinking.
No. I was going to, Frelling, do you have any point you want to make?
Well, I was going to add to what Loz was saying about, maybe when you log in, you could have, active and non-active, objectives, missions. It could remind you that you have an active thing going on or something to help, remind you. Or if you want to, I think it's when you go to the orbiter, when you start up the mission, that kind of thing. You know how that they have that really large, with all the mission. I'm trying to think the UI when you go up to start on the navigation.
Oh, navigation. So the tabs at the top, you mean, with all the different options?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those tabs are good and exactly have the kind of some of them are the things that I would love to see, but you kind of have to, the player has to know to be looking in there, whereas I like the idea of it coming up, because things like, and you say a good point about the active and inactive things when you come up, because one thing that keeps, I realise that when I log in, I still haven't got around to killing a lich yet. But the lich does that. The lich does. As soon as you log in, the lich will start moaning at you. It's like, oh, maybe I should go do the lich. So if you don't have a lich, nothing will moan at you. So maybe something could hint, hey, you might want to go play with these new corpus liches. Something to push you in that direction, to give you a goal. Yeah, maybe. I
don't know, because I feel that no matter what you add in, there's going to be another unless you really dumb it down to the point of you're playing a mobile game and it says, right, now click on here to build your barracks, and literally you cannot click on anything else, any other part of the UI, and it's even putting an arrow, or it's showing you the hand icon is and move your hand here and click on it, unless until you get, I really feel there's going to always be that level of I don't know what to do.
No,
and
see, I feel that mod
I know
system,
I'm taking it too far. I know I'm taking it really far.
Actually, no, because I think that kind of system would actually fit well in the game, because I really wish they would use that to teach people how to fuse mods. I think that's what the game should do. The game should literally force you to go click here now and equip the mod. Good. Now click here to upgrade the mod. Good. Now I will let you play the game again. I really think it should do that. But I'm thinking more that when you log in, your character, I don't know, if you notice on the hands, there's these lovely little like image emitters. See like there? I'm pointing at it. Yeah. So your character logs in, gets up and goes buzz, and then a menu appears there and says, here's some things you should do, and then you click OK. So you have to physically close the menu to go. It has given you the suggestion. It opens with a suggestion. I know a game that does this is Final Fantasy 14. It puts on a suggestion when you log in of, hey, you should do some of these things. Level this character. This character's almost leveled. There's this quest you've not finished. You should do this raid, and you have to close the window. So it openly pops up when you log in.
I get where you're coming from. I can instantly see people are going to complain that they can't get rid of that window. Then they're going to put in. Hold on. Yeah, but they're going to complain that they have to log in and then just click on the one button. They're going to do that. But as soon as they complain about it, they're going to add a checkbox, which is never open this window again. And then you're going to get the problem of, how do you get the window back?
Yes, but the goal is partly for new players for focus and to give experienced players options. So the experienced players, if they decide to close the window, and they forgot where the toggle was, that's their own fault. But the new players, having it default on, I think could be very good for when they log in. Well, I've lost my camera.
I actually agree with that. Just to help like new people that are new to the game, because I think if you've been around a little bit longer, you'll kind of know where everything is. So having that option to turn it off would be good for people that have been playing, because I think once you've been playing the game long enough, you'll know that you don't need that anymore kind of situation.
So my question is, are you better off having that system for the first 100 days?
Yeah, that'd be fine. That kind of system. You can have it auto disable after 100 days, and then you can toggle it back on if you want. That's also fine.
Or the option to toggle it off after 100 days.
No. You could always find toggle it off and things, but just auto toggle it off after would be fine if you guess. But I don't think people will mind too much about it. It's one button click, or maybe two button clicks, because they can push up to the bottom and then the bottom would get rid of it. Yeah.
How do we feel about the comment of, yes, there's the wiki, there's YouTube, there's guides, but they're all outside of the game? How do you guys feel about that?
Well, for me, I think that's kind of like my main source of learning how to play was through the YouTube videos. It was through Rob and Magamu mostly, and Tactical.
Days.
Yep. That's how I learned, and my friends that I was playing with.
So do you think that it's a problem that the game doesn't teach you outwardly? Is outwardly the right word? Is it a problem that they directly? Sure. Is it problematic that you had to rely on YouTube videos to learn how to play the game? Do you think?
No, now I think they improved a lot with that system of getting people immersed into the game. Doing the tutorials, with the void thing or whatever it's called, with the VOR.
Yeah,
the beginning tutorial, they didn't have that when we started, and I think that's I even played it through again, and it was really good. I think they made a lot of strides of getting people comfortable, I guess is the word. But I think after, even if you get stuck or something, they're not gonna really, the game's not gonna know if you're stuck or not. So, that's when you go to Reddit or YouTube, to see if anybody else figured, something out. And I think that's okay. I don't have a problem with that.
See, I'm very much in agreement with you. Like, to me, the number of times that I have done anything like, job related or not, and I'm trying to work out how to do it. Often my best port of call is to go to YouTube first, right? How do I how do I fix this problem with job, right? I Google it and I get like so many websites with like, oh yeah, this huge article. I will not read any of the article. I'll find the command to put into Linux to get it to work, copy and paste it, job done, right? But so many of these websites now have like, oh, you have an ad blocker. We're not going to let you see the website. And so I'm now default to going to YouTube to find out how to do it, rather than, even considering using like official resources or whatever.
Yeah, it's usually the Reddit forum or YouTube for me.
It's tricky because I do feel do almost rely a bit too much on the community to explain stuff. A bit like a little bit of a crutch they don't want to get rid of. It's like just there. It's like, hey, it's good. It's you warn everything. I would like to see a little bit more integration. Maybe on the launch. I know for PC, I'm not sure how this will with consoles because I've not played on console. But for instance, on the PC launcher, before you play the game, a tab on there, I think, would have been fair by now to have maybe like random videos shown, or links to the wiki. Like it could be an external sources tab, and the players are like, oh, what's that? Oh, the wiki. Just any, there is a list of approved sources sort of thing on the website with the I always forget. It's not the creator program. Is it the creator program?
Warframe creators, yeah.
Yeah, Warframe creators. So there's all those links and things on for that on the website. But I think maybe bringing it close or some method, and I think launcher for PC would at least be good, because then it's not in the game, but it's very close. That's the thing I think.
My question is, does the consoles have like a launcher equivalent? Right? Do they have that like
landing page where you could put a link to?
Yeah. Before you hit the X button to log into the game or whatever.
I'm curious. Like, do have the three of us here? Do any of us have next gen consoles?
I have a Switch.
You have a Switch?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I actually got the game on the Switch. They also put some of the Tenogen items on there too.
Yeah.
And I haven't been on there in a while to claim any of it, but it's there.
I think there is a launcher there, but the other side of things is that I don't think there's a single games console that doesn't have a YouTube app. So here's a glorified question. Why not have it that when you click, it's like you go to the modding thing, and there's, I don't know, a tutorial icon. I don't know what a tutorial icon would look like. A tutorial icon, and you click on it, and it effectively takes you to YouTube, and like
from the
here's
game.
a tutorial. Yeah, from the game.
Yeah, I think that's the crossing point they don't want to cross. I'm with you.
I'm with you. But other games do that too. They'll cross it over to YouTube. I know Path of Exile does that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
For when you go in their market.
Like
cosmetics and things like that.
Yeah, even if it's a case of like DE pay content creators, like, so they pay for their services to create a tailored experience of like, this is how modding works. Because like, oh yeah, we'll pay Joey Zero to explain how modding works, right? And he creates a video. That video can live on the Play Warframe page, so it doesn't take them to Joey's account in case that there's a falling out between Joey and DE or anything like that.
They could replace the video with a new person if they needed to, or if there was an update.
Need to, yeah,
Maybe.
So like there could be anything like. I really think that's the thing, but I also feel that there should be more synergies. sort of a macro level where like, oh yeah, you want to chat to so and so in the game? Here, let's set up a Discord communication. Now that Discord's even coming on bloody PlayStation.
You can dream, Xeno. You can dream.
Okay.
Right. Can we look at the community replies to this topic?
Do we have any further final points that we want to make on the original post first?
I think it's all valid.
One point I have. I disagree, right? That Warframe is a great game, late game.
Ooh.
Right? I would say Warframe, right? Yeah, I would say Warframe is a great game mid-game, right? But late game, as we have all like kind of said, is like, well, what am I going to do? Like, I'd rather just hang out with my friends. Like, Nazeth goes, oh, I need to, I'm farming for Gara Prime. I'll come help, But otherwise, yeah, like, what am I going to do?
Right. Okay. Well, we'll go to replies. First one. Agreed. My pitch to friends is basically, it's a fantastic game that has a pretty steep learning curve, but I'm happy to help explain anything the game doesn't.
Yeah.
That's a fair amount, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
I think I've said that a few times myself.
Like, Lars, look at Dauntless. Like, how do we play this?
Go and
Smash
hit things.
stuff.
Smash stuff.
Yeah. But no, I agree. I mean, hell, we recently came across one of our old friends from the uni days, and we even periodically message him and say, like, don't forget this.
Have some more Warframe slots. Have some more Warframe slots. Yeah. Right. Next point.
I'm actually.
Oh, you go.
All right. I was going to say I actually got my nephew hooked onto the game, but he's like bugging me, 24/7 about everything now. It's just like I don't play that much anymore, so it's I felt kind of lost myself.
Yeah.
He's 9, but he's pretty much figured everything out. Just playing.
Wow. To be 9 again. See, we grew up when computer games were not nearly as advanced as this. We grew up, we were born too early, guys.
Yeah.
Playing Doom.
Doom. Pixels. Pretty Doom. Pixels. Okay, next point is... Hopefully, that is where good community comes in. I've been playing for, I think, 2 years. Not so sure, but whenever I was stuck, randoms have helped me out. Plus, this is before Q&A chat was a thing, and so I at least try to pass on the help I got to new players. Oh, is there a chat for helping new players?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's.
That's pretty useful. We should spend time in there and help some new players.
Seeing game,
is it in the game?
Yeah, it's one of the tabs. So
oh really?
I don't know if it's called players. No, I think the forum is called players helping players.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. In game, but yeah, I mean,
that seems pretty useful.
Sit in the relay chat and sit in the sets and just it's over there.
It's better than just sitting in the lobby waiting for somebody to be there with.
Right.
Sitting in one of the lobbies.
Yeah.
All day.
Oh, well, the people who do that to sell stuff, I just do not know how they have the perseverance to sit there trying to sit in lobbies, trying to sell prime parts.
Oh, you mean trade chat?
Yes.
It's called a bot.
I can't do that anymore. I just buy it with plat.
Yes.
I just buy the plat.
The lazy strat. It works. Right. The last point
it's
on
a
here.
Time saver.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, I just don't. Me and Xeno here, we used to buy every Prime Access to just support DE, and we used to delete the stuff we got from Prime Access, and then we'd re-earn it again through play. Yeah. And then at some point we went, we don't have the time anymore, so we just use what we get.
And then we got real jobs.
Yep. Yeah, to become boring adults. Anyway, but still, this last point, this is exactly why Warframe is unique. Most developers make you go through a tutorial and or lay a path out for which you must follow in order to progress with the game. Essentially, they take gamers for idiots. DE, however, understands that its gamers aren't idiots. I
don't agree with this.
I don't agree. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. As soon as you right. So first off, I don't think DE thinks gamers are idiots.
No.
Because they make pretty complicated game, and there are people that are on YouTube that have worked out how the fuck this shit works.
Far better than I ever will.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Zandy could get a whiteboard and explain it all and everything, and I'll still be like, what? You know. So
go back to where you said the word mod. That's where you lost me.
That was the first word.
Yes. Start there.
But the thing for me is the fact that as soon as you have finished Vor's prize, it just lets go of your hand.
Worse, kind of throws you into the fray.
Worse still, now that Vor's prize is entirely on Earth, and you have there's no need to do any junctions, so it doesn't even teach you the junctions anymore.
I think I noticed that too when my nephew started playing. He was kind of struggling with unlocking things and where to unlock.
Yeah,
but fortunately, I had everything already unlocked.
Yeah,
so I didn't have to go through that experience over again. But I can imagine that being kind of frustrating for newer players.
I think Loz is deep in thought.
I'm deep in thought and thinking that wouldn't it be cool if there was a different quest that picked up at the end of Vor's prize that gave you a new sub-villain to play with that was taunting you and going, hey, I bet you can't catch me, that leads you through the next junction onto Mars. You know, I know you have to go back to, I think you have to go down to Mercury and then back again, but that's the kind of thing, like, so that every time, a bit like, wouldn't it be good if the game gave you a lich early on that would give you would give you special voice lines to kind of carry you through so that you get past the and when you get to Mars is when you fight it and kill it.
No. There's a simpler solution. You fight Vor again on Pluto, right?
Yeah.
So instead of actually killing Vor, right, you just have Vor on Pluto. Sorry, not Pluto. Sorry, Phobos. My bad. You have Vor on Phobos, just going na 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 na.
But
right?
I don't know. I'd love to see like more things to it, but I don't think they can add more to Vor's. They haven't added more to Vor's storyline at the end of his storyline. I doubt they're going to try and flesh out the starting storyline some more.
Okay. Are you seriously trying to tell me that they won't add more plot to the start of the game?
Not for Vor.
Are you seriously telling me that, corrupted Vor monologue speech that is memed to hell and back?
Yep.
Right. That same Vor.
Yep.
It is not. They wouldn't give him more dialogue at the start.
Yep.
Sure, Loz. Okay, sure, right.
It'll just be another monologue.
Yeah, exactly. See, Frelling gets it. They'll put another monologue, right? So
more memes to.
Yeah. See, what you'll do is after you've finished Vor's prize, right? The next time you go to the star chart will zoom to Pluto. And then you'll have another message window. God damn it! Yes, Phobos. And then it'll come up with a little dialogue window where he'll give you another memeable speech, right? It won't play until you go and hunt him down on Phobos. And then there you go. And then after that, he is in the void. And he does it again. And then it gives you an incentive to go and explore and fight the fucker.
No.
I'm not wrong.
It should be either Allard or Neff, who takes an interest in you, early on. Drinking?
Don't they do that anyway?
I'll give you Allard.
Like when you go through the transits, don't they do that? Like when they do their introductory of the bosses? Like when you open up the new junction,
Does it do it?
No.
Does it do that?
I swear they got rid of those.
I remember
didn't
those
they?
years ago when you got to a new planet, it would be like, you know, the boss would chime in and be like, "Meh, you're weak, Tenno, meh," and then that would be
Actually
it.
got rid of that.
Yeah, I think they got rid of that ages ago.
Tell you what, I'm gonna message our mutual new friend.
Acquaintance.
Our mutual
Acquaintance.
Fine. It's not an acquaintance.
Acquaintance.
Right,
I will find out about that. But anyway.
No. I'm going to ask him right now.
Okay.
When you get to a new planet,
this is
fine,
why I like
it.
Fred. I've had to deal with this person. No professionalism. Terrible.
Are you going to pause it or not?
No.
Fine. When you get to a new planet, do you get greeted?
Oh dear.
Boss of that planet. We don't know. He might just he's on his phone right now. He might just go, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, let's have a look. No, it's fine. There we go. Well, I see your message. We'll see. Anyway, shall we round off this topic for now? We can wait for that reply to come back.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey. Right. So,
No.
So what was that, Frelling?
I said we have to know.
Yeah, we do have to know.
Well, he's not replied yet. We'll have to wait. You sure he's online?
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's there. I was hoping it will come back to it.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, like, if you're listening to the topic episode, you're just gonna have to come to the main episode to find out your answer.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for this topic episode. Thank you very much for listening. If you like what you've heard, please like, comment, and subscribe. To listen to the full 2-hour-ish long podcast, please go into the description where you'll find a link to the full thing, along with a link on the end slate. You know, we do memes, we do
Community shoutouts.
Community
we do other
shoutouts.
topics. There's also timestamps in the description of the main video, so you can skip this topic and get to the cool stuff that you have missed.
And we had a lovely introductory interview piece with Frelling as he told us realistically all the stuff that it takes to become a Tenno-Gen artist. So
and it's an amazing story. Check it out in the main.
Yeah, no, seriously, it was Oh, and Archie. You got it.
Yes.
I mean,
mostly Archie.
Mostly Archie. I mean,